You're watching or listening to Who's of Games, and for the next 20 or 30 minutes, I'm going to be asking these unlikely looking suspects a bunch of questions in 5 rounds, just like Richard would have done on regular House of Games. Hi, I'm JR.
I'm Dylan.
I'm John.
And I'm Mark.
So John did this on the first round that we did with...
I was robbed.
Well, to be fair, he fluffed at the end, but I mean, anybody can fluff. I don't think it was as egregious as you make out.
There's no 5 to Doomsday, for God's sake.
He didn't say 5 to Doomsday, though, did he?
I know, he didn't get that. Galaxy 5 he got to.
Dylan, have you ever seen House of Games?
I've got no idea what House of Games is at all.
Excellent. Mark, have you ever seen House of Games?
Yeah, it's one of those shows where it depends very much on who's on it.
Okay.
So like I'll watch it if there's a couple of people I like that are on it for the week. But
Well,
yes, I'm aware of the format.
Here's the question then: will you watch this, given that you're on it?
No, I don't watch myself, darling. I don't watch myself.
Dylan, the sort of setup is you have 5 rounds of questions, or I say questions, generally speaking, they're questions, but they're kind of set out in different sort of games. And in each edition, you get 5 variations on different games. So every time there's a round, it's somewhat different from any rounds you've had before, basically.
Okay.
So there will be 5 rounds this time. Some of them will be buzzer rounds. Some of them will be individual questions. There's one round where I ask you all to give me an answer, and the one who's closest, for example, wins the point. We'll get to that as we get to each one. On the buzzer rounds, I want you to remember that we're on Skype. So there is a delay in the feeds. But the important thing is I have the same delay on my feed from all the 3 of you. So if there's a buzzer round, I want you to either buzz or say me or say your name or whatever. And the first person to speak, I will appreciate who that is because you all have the same delay from me. And I will then say that person's name so that they can give me the answer. Lee, sadly, when we used to do the quizzes before, didn't really understand this. So because he had the same delay from everybody else, but the same delay from me as the other, he was always convinced that he was answering the questions first, despite the fact that he was coming up third on my feed at this end. And he wouldn't give up complaining about it. You can't explain some things to some people. Right, we'll dive in and you'll get the hang of it as we go. The first round is a buzzer round. So the format of this round, which I have called Lamentable Limericks. I'm going to read out a series of limericks. Each one of these limericks is about a particular Doctor Who story, and I want you to buzz in once you've worked out what you think that story is, bearing in mind that if you buzz in and give a wrong answer, you can't then come back and try again for a right answer. So then it goes to the other 2. So let's start with the first one and buzz in if you think you know what this story is. And I'm just warning you now, I wrote these limericks, so they're not especially good.
I expected this. It's all right.
In costumes that couldn't be finer, and seated upon a recliner, there's families at war and D84. It all takes place on a Saturday minor. That was Dylan.
It's the Robots of Death.
Of course it's the Robots of Death. How come it took for D84? But, oh, I'm just very sad. Very sad. Okay.
I was just admiring the poetry of it.
Yeah,
it
that was
beautiful.
Here goes the second one. A story that starts in a wood with an ally much misunderstood. The Doc won't come on board, fighting spoon against sword. But at last But at last he makes friends with young Hood. Mark.
It's Robot of Sherwood, isn't it?
It is, of course, Robot of Sherwood. Right, the third one. An enemy dressed as a friend, as into the earth we descend. A burned circle of soil and a living gargoyle. Rum goings on at Devil's End. John?
It's the demons.
It is the demons. Fourth one. an engine made out of high sea, an uninvited member of family, an Egyptian queen, a hunter who's not mean, and a big
Buzz.
lizard.
Buzz.
Oh, Buzz. Yeah.
Oh, it was John. And a big lizard who goes by Tri-C.
That would be dinosaurs on a spaceship.
Is dinosaurs on a spaceship. And finally, in this round, partial to people partakers, twin-coloured teen mischief makers, a dazzling pool, but follow the
Oh,
rules.
Buzz.
Mark.
Paradise Towers.
Or you'll land in the hands of the caretakers. It
Very
is
good.
indeed Paradise Towers, meaning at the end of that first round, Dylan is on 1 point, but John and Mark have got 2 points each.
Damn.
Right, in this next round, this is the individual round, so I'm going to go around each of you in turn and ask you a question, and if you answer it correctly, you get the point. If you answer it incorrectly, I'll throw it open to the other two. But only if you get it wrong on the second question, because this is highbrow, lowbrow. I'm going to ask each of you a question that doesn't relate to Doctor Who, and it's going to have the same answer. And you might not be, let's see. And it'll have the same answer as a question that does relate to Doctor Who. So I want you to give me a question. I want you to give me your answer to the first question. And then when I ask the second question, you can either change it or you can stay with the same answer. If you get it right on the first question, you get 2 points. If you get it right on the second question, you get 1 point. And if you get it right by buzzing in, you get 1 point. So, Dylan, I'm going to start with you because we're doing this alphabetically. Your highbrow question is the Love Reactions Zodiac.
Nice.
The Love Reaction Zodiac. I mean, I don't know what that means.
The Love Reactions
He's too young.
Zodiac.
He's
You
never
might
heard
be
Prime
young.
Mover.
By Fuck by Rock. What's his name? Zodiac Mind Warp.
So what's your answer you're giving me?
Mind Warp.
And here's your second question, your lowbrow question. Your second question is Sill's second go.
Oh yeah, that'll be Mind Warp.
Dylan,
Wow.
2 points.
It's only because
John.
my dad likes Zodiac Mind Warp that I got that.
Nice.
Nice. Right, John, you're next. 1942 first-person shooter.
Oh God. High Noon. I don't know.
Well, it's got to have a lowbrow answer that's from the world of
I
Doctor
know. This is the Gunfighters.
Who. Okay, here's your lowbrow question. Wizard McCoy.
Sylvester. Sylvester Doctor Who still.
Does anybody want to buzz in?
Go on.
Oh, is nobody buzzing in on this one? It's a Doctor Who story title, and the clue is Wizard McCoy.
Oh God. Right. Yeah. No.
John's just worked it out. Okay, John, put them out of their misery.
It's Battlefield.
Battlefield 1942 was the name of a first-person shooter. Okay, Mark, here's your first one. This one would have been good for Matt, I think, but you might get it. Your highbrow clue is Hell for the Divine Comedy.
Okay, Dante. Well, Inferno. I'm gonna go with Inferno.
And your lowbrow question is Pertwee's first finale.
That would be Inferno.
Inferno it is. 2 points for Mark. Okay, second question for Dylan. Oh, you might actually get this given your headwear.
I won't.
Neither of the other two would stand a chance, but you might. Gold Link's debut mixtape.
Gold Link's debut mixtape. Oh no.
Okay. Okay, your lowbrow question then is not Nyman in an hotel.
Not Nyman in a hotel. Oh, the God Complex.
It is the God Complex. So that's a point for you, Dylan. John, your second one in this round is Thomas More's New Island.
That would be Utopia.
And your lowbrow question is Land of the Future Kind.
I'll stick with Utopia.
So that's 2 points for you. And finally in this round, Mark, Bright Burning Big Cat.
Mm.
Bright
Nice.
burning big heart. No, sorry.
No.
No.
Okay, let's go lowbrow. Doctor Who story for which the clue is too many trees.
In the forest of the night.
In the forest of the night, tiger, tiger, burning bright.
Of course.
So
Very good. Very good.
So that means at the end of the second round, Dylan and John on 4 points each. Mark still in the lead with 5 points. Into the third round. In the third round, this is I'm terrible at dating. So in this round, I'm going to name a Doctor Who story, and I want each of you, obviously without looking, to guess at the year in which that Doctor Who story is set. And the person who gets the closest, obviously, will get the points. So what I'll do is I'll just go around each of you and ask you for a guess.
If these are unit stories, this is going to be fun.
Clearly, there's not going to be any unit stories in this. Okay, your first story is Father's Day. Dylan, do you want to give me a guess on what year Father's Day is set in?
I'm going to go 84.
And John?
I'll go 87.
And Mark?
I think it's 80. I think it is 87, but I want to say 86 for some reason. So I'm going to say 86.
You should have stuck with 1987 because John gets the point there.
Because I was trying to remember how old Rose is in 2005. I was like, is she 18, 19?
Yeah. Okay, in what year is the story Vincent and the Doctor set? And John, I'm coming to you first this time.
Jesus.
1889. I can't remember.
Mark, do you want to take a guess?
1887.
Dylan, do you want to take a guess?
1872.
Okay, and so Mark, you went slightly in the wrong direction because John was just a year out. It was 1890. So John, again, another point. Very close. Your third story, Mark, I'm coming to you first this time.
Okay.
Your third story is Colony in Space.
It's the bloody future, isn't it? 20. God knows. 2347.
Okay.
Why not?
Dylan, do you want to take a guess?
I should know this because I watched this about 3 days ago, but I have no idea. So I'm going to say 2241.
And John, do you want to take a guess?
I have a vague idea that it was some like 2379, but I am not certain at all.
Okay, well, I've got to tell you, John once again gets the point, although it should have been a little easier because it was set exactly 500 years after it was made. 2472. They do that, don't they?
Nice.
Still, John's doing very well in this round. Your fourth question, the woman who lived. Dylan, you're first this time.
Oh, bollocks. 1622.
John, do you want to take a guess on that one then, please?
Oh, God. 1579.
And Mark.
Yeah, I can't. I'm like, is it 16th century or 17th century? Because I can't remember. I know a plague has
No
happened.
clues.
1636.
Oh, Mark. Score yourself a point. It's actually 1651. I thought Dylan was going to get that one, but you gazumped him right at the end, Mark. Finally in this round, and this is the main setting, obviously, because this is a story that does skitter about in time a bit, but the majority of it takes place it is Earthshock. John.
Oh, God. 2500.
Okay, Mark.
Oh God. So all the planet and spaceship stuff, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2550.
And Dylan.
I'm going to go 2365.
So, Dylan, it's not you. John and Mark, this is really interesting because if the story had taken place 1 year different from where it does take place, you would have drawn exactly. But it takes place 1 year out of exactly halfway between the two of you. One of you said 2500, one of you said 2550, and it takes place in 2526. Point to
Nice.
Mark.
I'll take that
So,
point.
at the end of round 3, Dylan still on 4 points, but John and Mark now on 7 points each. So going back to an individual round now. In this round, you get the question. If you get it right, you get the point. If you get it wrong, it goes on the buzzer to the other two, but not until I say it's on the buzzer. You don't get to just buzz in as soon as he gives the wrong answer. You have to wait until I give you the cue. Starting with Dylan, this is called 2 clues in 1, and the idea behind this round is that the initials of the question, of the clue, are the same as the initials of the answer.
Right.
The first one's fairly easy, so you should pretty much pick this up straight away. Your clue for your first question, Dylan, is the saltwater demons.
So saltwater demons or the saltwater demons?
Well, the saltwater demons, but the, in this round, generally words like the and of stay the same. So it's the...
well, I imagine it'll be the sea devils.
It is the sea devils. So, John, this one's a little bit more cryptic for you, but seeing as you've got 7 points, that's probably a good thing. Yours is the not deemed.
The not deemed. Oh, God. Right. No, you're going to make me think. And it's a long day at work here. You time me out on it. It's fine.
Are you sure? Nobody else?
Yeah.
It's the ND, right? You don't want to think about that? What story might be? No. Anybody else want to buzz in? Okay, it's the next Doctor.
Yeah.
You were just about to say it, John.
I got it literally a second before you said it, and that was it. I was like, oh, Jesus.
Wow.
Oh, well.
Okay. Mark, your question. Retribution of the cyborgs.
Revenge of the Cybermen.
That is Revenge of the Cybermen indeed. Dylan, back to you. Your question is Town Writer.
Town writer.
Not a story title this time. It's obviously a writer. Mark's nodding. I think he's ready to buzz in. No pressure, Dylan.
Yeah.
Somebody who's written a story with the word town in the title.
Oh, Toby Whithouse.
It is Toby Whithouse, yes. John, to make up for how hard the last one was, here's yours. Plenty of mummies.
Pyramids of Mars.
Pyramids of Mars, indeed. And finally, Mark, well, this one should be an easy one for you, but there's no easy ones necessarily. Directed Crusade.
Oh, so it's the director of the Crusade, then, isn't it? And that's. Hang on.
Is it on the tip of your tongue?
It was, and then it's now just completely gone out of my brain because I tried to think of other Doctor Who directors. I want to see Dennis Carey, but that can't be right. But that's what I'm going to go for.
Okay, it's not Dennis Carey. So the other two you can buzz in now. Dylan got there first.
It's Dougie Camfield.
Of course,
It is
Dougie
Douglas
Camfield.
Camfield.
Oh, it's worth it.
Oh God.
Well, that's really interesting because the final round is going to be Answer Smash. There's plenty of questions and there's also plenty of carnage in Answer Smash. And as things stand, Dylan, you're on 7. John and Mark, you're on 8. So there's only a point in it between all three of you. This is going to be interesting. Right, answer smash. I will give you 2 clues. What you need to do is come up with 2 answers, but the first answer will finish with the same word or part of a word as the second one starts, and you need to smash the answers together. In other words, whatever the first one finishes with and the second one starts with, you only say that once, so it becomes a singular answer that sort of joins up in the middle. Okay, I'm going to give you the first one, and John will answer this, and then you'll both see what I mean. And if last time's anything to go by, I'll give you the first one. John will answer it. Matt will pick up on what the round is about, and then get all of the subsequent ones after that, till eventually he goes on to win, despite having been 7 points behind going into
And
the
me
final
taking
round.
questions off because you asked me to for the drama.
Is this a buzzer round then?
Yes.
It is a buzzer round,
Okay,
yes. So everybody, you need to buzz in when you're ready. So either say buzz or your name or whatever. So your first answer smash. 2 clues, remember, smash them together at the point where they converge. Played the scientific advisor's scientific advisor and played the robot dog.
Buzz.
Mark.
Caroline John Leeson.
Caroline John Leeson is correct. Your second one. Twice a doctor, unearthly scriptwriter. Right, who's played the Doctor twice, and who wrote An Unearthly Child?
Well, I know the latter. I'm just going to form.
Well, he's
Buzz.
Go on, John.
David 10 Anthony Coburn.
Exactly so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, sometimes it's not the whole word, it's just part of a word.
That's good.
Right, third one. Played Scott in Earthshock, played Porridge in Nightmare in Silver.
Buzz.
John.
James Warwick Davis.
Exactly so. Okay, this one's a bit fun. Thunderbird Dalek, Key to Time producer.
Buzz.
What? Oh.
Go on, John.
David Graham Williams.
David Graham
Very
Williams
good.
is correct. Okay. River Song, King's Demons director.
Buzz.
Go on, John.
Alex Kingstoney Virgo.
Very good.
Very, very good.
I got to tell you, these rounds were a bugger to set. Right, your next one, especially as I always end up with a 3B. So the last one in the round is a 3B. Right, the next one. First Dalek director, 2 Troughtons director.
Okay, Buzz.
Go on. Oh, bearing in mind, if you buzz in this round and get it wrong, I should have said this before. If you buzz in this round and get it wrong, you lose a point. That's part of the jeopardy of the end of the quiz. John, first Dalek director, 2 Troughtons director.
I'm going to knacker it, but Christopher Barry Letts.
Is Christopher Barry Letts. Christopher Barry and Barry Letts. So, Jane in The Awakening, Craig in The Lodger.
I know it, but I was letting the 2 go there.
Buzz.
Go on, Mark.
Is it Polly James Corden?
It is Polly James
Yes.
Gordon, yes.
Okay.
So at last a little bit of jeopardy comes back into this. We've only got 3 left. Anybody who's keeping up with the scores will know something that I already know. Marco Polo, second story editor.
Buzz.
Go on, Mark.
Although I think I'm going to lose a point. Anthony E. Dennis Spooner.
Buzz.
Ooh. Do you know what? You're close enough. I'm not going to take a point off because
Okay,
John,
thanks.
Marky Dennis Spooner.
Yeah, you got the important part right, which was the surname. You got his first name wrong.
Of course,
you're-
Anthony Eden's a goddamn prime minister.
Yes.
Do you know I had both those names and went, that's not it. I just couldn't see the link. I was sitting there going, Mark Eden, Dennis Spooner. Mark Eden, Dennis Spooner. No.
Okay, 2 more. And actually, because of what happened last time, I've written a decider question. I'm going to ask it anyway because it's just so damn good.
Ooh.
Even if I do say so myself. But there's 2 more before we get there. And so the penultimate question is the power of the Doctor trial script editor.
Oh, yeah. Buzz.
Go on, John.
It's Jodie Whittakerrick Saywood.
It is.
Oh, God.
That is terrible.
That was the second
Is there a
one.
way for the quizmaster to lose a point for that one?
he can write this shit. We've got to say it.
Right, final question, although I will ask the decider after this. So this is the triple word smash, or the triple answer smash. So I'm going to give you 3 clues, and the first clue runs into the answer to the second, and the second answer runs into the answer for the third. So now you've got to smash 2 lots of answers together. So here we go. Mr. Sin, Zippy Dalek, Vincent Van Gogh.
Buzz.
Go on, Mark.
Deep Roy Skell Tony Curran.
Brilliant. Nice way to finish, Mark. Couldn't have done that better. Okay, and just because I enjoyed writing it, here is the decider question for if there'd have been a decider needed for this. So this is not for any points. No, this is not for any points, but can you smash these 2 answers together? Survival writer, Eaters of Light writer. Go on, John.
Rona Monroe.
Yes, that's it. Rona Monroe.
That's good.
Fair play, that's brilliant.
Okay, at the end of the quiz. So, Dylan, you ended up on 7 points. Mark, you ended up on 11 points. And John, legally the winner this time. No questions asked. 15 points.
Fix. It was a fix.
I was
Can we not
robbed.
get back to questions about 90s Doctor Who spin-offs or something like that?
I hope you all enjoyed that, though.
It was great fun.
I'll write a round on that. For some. It's brilliant.
Right, guys, until we do this again, I was JR.
I was Dylan.
I was John.
And I was robbed. I mean, I was Matt.
It's not Matt, though, eh? We will speak again soon.